Hello, I am Test Drive and welcome to episode 40 of Forza Motorsport. Where in this episode we're going to be starting out by buying a car, as I have been for the past few episodes, well not really the past few episodes, but in this Let's Play I have been doing search engine, and today we are going to be buying the 2004 Honda Accord Coupe EX. Because, as I mentioned beforehand, it's purple. As I mentioned beforehand, I'm going to have to do some of the championship events before I do the classic or the one make races, which I don't even want to really start on one make races until we do those, and yada yada yada. So here we are doing the first of the championship series. This car has upgrades apparently. Not gonna lie, that actually looks pretty good. Alright, I'll take the spoiler. I didn't realize this car actually had body kits to it. I forgot. They're not that crazy, but they're definitely interesting. Is this Ace? Oh yeah, Ace spec. BIS, front bumper. It adds fog lights, okay. My god, that one's ridiculous. But there is that. I'll put some wheels on too, why not? Sure, good enough. But anyways, main reason I came to the upgrade section of this car is because this is another one I explained on the episode I used the Acura CL on. I think it was episode 40 or so, or 20. I said that changing the exhaust changes the engine note, and that is also true on this car, but for the race series I'm doing, I can't go over D-Class, and I can't buy anything without going in C-Class. So I'll include a little clip here of what it sounds like with the exhaust upgrades. And then I'll show you in a second when we get to the race what it actually sounds like without the silly upgrades. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Go to the next one. And we're going to be doing the Class D Championship. Open the class cars in Class D. First place receives the Shelby GT500KR. Those are the opponents. Of course, performance class is D. We have New York. The thing that's interesting about these races is that you have to do them in order. You can't just go like, oh, New York, then Tsukuba, then Road Atlanta, then Alpine Ring, whatever. You have to go in a certain order. And you also get points per race, and it all adds up in the end, so... But it still gives you, like, your trophy on each race, depending on where you get. So it doesn't actually matter that much. But I think you actually get a bonus if you get, you know, first place in everyone. But we will start out on New York short, and then go on the air tracks from there. And so we are here on our first race at New York. In a second, I'll show you the engine of this car. As you can tell, it sounds very much different from when you actually put the upgrades on it. This car is also extremely ugly with this body kit. That rear bumper is atrocious. I didn't think it was going to be that bad just looking at it in like the upgrade shop. But god, it's pretty bad actually looking at it. The spoiler's not bad. That's about the only thing I would actually keep probably if I were to take everything else, like, you know, take everything off. Oh, hello, Eagle Talent. Oh, God. And also, this is a Forza 1 exclusive car. The Honda Accord, I don't think there was ever a Honda Accord in any other game, any other Forza game other than this game, of course. Gran Turismo had, I'm pretty sure, like this exact same car. But it's kind of weird because, you know, Forza 1 had it and everything else didn't. It's also, yeah, it's a 6-speed too. It's a V6 6-speed. Which is also pretty cool. Rare to find in real life, believe it or not. You can find the 4 cylinders with the 5 speeds, but not the 6 cylinders with the 6 speeds, usually. So it's definitely a unique addition to the game. Something I would like to, you know, see back. Why not? Why not have a Honda Accord? A 2003 Honda? What year was this car? 04, 03? Something like that. I'm sure they didn't include the 05 with the LED brake lights, because those I think look a lot better than these. They didn't really change anything besides LED brake lights, but I think it still looks better. So yeah, this car does have an extra brake light on the spoiler, which is also fantastic. This gold color is also atrocious. Why did I pick this? I was gonna go for the purple, but apparently I went for the gold. I think I completely blacked out during actually buying this car. Oops. I didn't really mean to. This car has dual exhaust as well. I guess all the EXs have that. Because it is the EX Coupe, which is the V6. Also, very long race. 6 laps. This may be a very long episode, because there's like 7 races in this series, I think. 7 or 8. So yeah, we're going to be in for kind of a long haul in these next few episodes. I hope you're prepared for that. Because I sure shit ain't gonna, like, have the same championship over 2 different episodes. We're definitely gonna have every single, you know, championship as 1 episode each. I don't care how long they are. Because it's funny, because the you'd expect, like, oh, the endurance races will probably be longer than any of the other race series in total in the game, which is not true. The endurances are range from 30 minutes to an hour in this game. And I know for a fact that these are going to get well over an hour. The championship series are going to be well over an hour by the time I'm finished. So it's going to be quite the long haul for the next little bit. Luckily, I'm like really far ahead in recording this game, so I have time to like get everything together and like take time to record the episodes without being like, oh no, I need to record this 2-hour-long episode tonight before tomorrow, and then, you know, also edit it and upload it before tomorrow. So none of that. We're just gonna chill and kind of do these, you know. I'll probably just come home from work and just do 1 per night or something until we're done. That is. See, 7 races at 6 minutes. How many minutes is that? Why am I stupid? Why can't I think of fucking... I am so dumb. I can't math right now. What is 7 times 6? Fucking... 42 minutes of racing, roughly. If, which actually that's on the low side, because this race is going to take quite a bit longer than 6 minutes. Because it's 1 minute 12 seconds per lap instead of, you know, right at 1 minute. But like I said, I'm not worried. I'm here for the long haul anyways. And I don't really have a deadline specifically yet for finishing this game. So we'll just kind of go through it at my own pace and see where it takes me. But oh my god, I'm going to run out of things to talk about so quickly. And I apologize in advance for that. Because I know it's going to happen. And I know it's going to be horrible. But I really have no fix for it at the moment. I could stream these, I guess, but... really don't feel like streaming at the moment. Something I definitely don't feel like doing. Kind of curious how many hours this Let's Play is going to be whenever I finish it. I know Forza 2 was about 58 hours, which I think included a lot of not content, aka restarts and other things I would normally not have in the videos. So it probably would have been closer to 50 hours total if I would have done it like how I'm doing this Let's Play pretty much. But I think this game's like 35 to 40 hours, somewhere on there. 'Cause I don't think Forza 2 ever had any championships that were longer than like an hour and a half, or any single events that were longer than an hour and a half, like this game. I think it's over an hour and a half. I can't remember actually. It might be closer to an hour and 15 minutes or so. I actually can't remember Because I was looking at Rhino GT4's Let's Play this game, just kind of look at like timing of episodes and how long it was going to take to finish certain episodes. And I think I saw, because he split some of them up, some of the Championship Series events up, and I think it started out like just under an hour for D class, and then it goes up to close to 2 hours for R1 class, pretty much. Luckily, this will be a good way to get money fucking quickly, because I'm going to get well over 30,000 credits per race, and you do that times 7 races. That's a lot of money. And for the most part, for the cheaper, or for the lower class stuff, it's all gonna be cheap cars. So I'm down under a quarter of a tank, or under 3/4 of a tank of gas, and it doesn't look. It looks like it's over 3/4 of a tank on this view, which I find strange. But anyways, that is the first race done. Went fairly smoothly. 7 minutes and 25 seconds long. So 40. Yeah, it'll be close to 50 minutes probably by the time I finish this episode. 33,000 credits. Not a crazy amount. I'll probably level up to level 33. But there we go. There's our points. As I said, we have 10 points. I just got really distracted. Everybody else has lower points. And we'll go ahead and go to the next race. See where it takes us. Alright, on to our second race at Silverstone Long, I think. I wasn't actually paying attention during the loading screen. This thing is this car has an awful engine note, like with the upgraded exhaust as well as without. Stock it's horrible, and also upgraded it's horrible. I don't like either one. It doesn't sound like, I mean, I don't actually know what a Accord V6 sounds like in real life. Oh, it's a short track, okay. I actually have no clue of how they sound, like the engine sounds are. But I feel like this is incorrect. What's shown in this game with the stock exhaust. Past Eagle Talon? Oh yeah. Yeah, I have the horsepower advantage, buddy. Turn 40 horsepower versus turn 15, I think, in the Eagle Talon. Which I don't know if I said in this Let's Play, but I saw one of those, like identical to that car recently, a TSI. It was completely stock, and I lost it over it. And you can watch a video of me losing it over an Eagle Talon on my real life channel, which is linked in the description below. It was pretty fucking awesome, because I don't think I've ever seen, before that, I don't think I'd ever seen a stock second gen Eagle Talon TSI before. I've seen the base models, and I've seen earlier Talons, but not like the second gens. I lost it. It was just driving. I was driving to lunch from work, and I was driving next to him on the highway, and I was like, holy shit, that's cool. That'd be a cool car to film someday in real life as one of those, Eagle Talon TSI. I know it's damn near impossible to find them, but now that I've actually seen one in real life, I know they're still out there. At least there's a few still out there. So I hope that eventually I'll get my day to maybe even own one. I would buy an Eagle Talon TSI. Like, I'd want to buy all the weird ones, like the Eagle Talon TSI second generation. The first generation DSM, of course, would be the Plymouth Laser RS. Because how many of those do you see around? None. I've seen one at a car show, and that was it, pretty much. That's at least as far as I know, stock wise. Because I see them all over the place, you know, modified to hell, but like, I'm not much of a person for modifying. If you haven't realized from my Let's Play so far, I put body kits on cars in this game to make them look stupid. That's the only reason. I don't actually care about making the car look much better, except for there's a few exceptions to that. Like there's a few standard or stock body kits that you can buy, or Mazda Speed or whatever, that I like. But for the most part, aftermarket stuff, even like engine tuning stuff, I generally don't care for at all. I would much rather have like a completely stock car. But that goes to the extent, I think I already went over this, and like, I was talking about it with my Ranger. What episode was that? Or what car was I driving when I was talking about that? I honestly can't remember. It was a fairly early on episode that I was talking about all the crazy stuff that I would actually modify a car with, and what I wouldn't modify a car with. It's somewhere back there. It's not all that important. Basically what I was saying was that if I want to modify a car, I want to modify it as if, like, it left the factory, like, however I modified it. Besides a few modifications, like I put LED lights and the brake lights on my Ford Ranger and whatnot. But for the most part, like, you know, putting leather seats in my Ranger, stuff that I think that it could have come from the factory with, but it didn't. Or even stuff that a car could have come from the factory with at all. Like, and if I have one that doesn't have all the factory options, I would install more of the factory options as long as I could. That's about the extent of my modification that I would do to cars for the most part. But that's about how I feel on modification. I'm much more into, like, originality of cars, more than making a car my own or whatever. At this point, a lot of cars, like, you know, like the Eagle Talons and the DSM cars of the 90s and a lot of Japanese cars of the 90s, you're almost more interesting and well, it's rare usually to find like a stock or a modified. It's easier to find a modified, like, first gen or second gen Mitsubishi Eclipse than it is to find an unmodified one. So in reality, it's more of you're being the more interesting one by keeping the car original at this point. If you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to fucking convey here. And I feel like more people can appreciate a modified or a stock car, like a classic, like, you know, like I said, a 90s or 80s Japanese car that's completely stock, than one that's modified, because not everybody's tastes are going to be the same on a modified car, but for the most part, people are going to accept, like, hey, this is pretty cool because it's original. This is how the factory designed it, whatever. So it's kind of a win-win situation, honestly. You get to be cool in the car groups, and you get to be cool to yourself as well. And there's less chance of shit breaking too, for most part, when you keep a car original. When you start modifying things, shit goes bad pretty quickly. I've learned from driving many modified cars at my work that generally the more original cars are the better driving cars, and as well as they are the more reliable cars. Because there's a reason the factory came out with cars the way they did. Although, of course, there are some things like there's some preventive stuff you can do to, like, stop engines from exploding and head gaskets and crap like that that the factory kind of screwed up on, but that's only on certain cars, like not every car. Like if you bought one of these and tried to modify the shit out of the engine, it would probably last half as long as if you kept it stock. Because, you know, Honda, they kind of know what they're doing at this point, in case you didn't realize. But there is our second race done, 6 minutes 49 seconds. 33,000 credits. Almost leveled up. I'm going to not quite level up in the next race, sadly. But there we go. There's our points. We got 20 points total. It's interesting to see. The Talon gets pushed down to 4th after, like, the first lap, which is weird. But on to the next race. All right, on to our third race at Road Atlanta Short. I actually paid attention to which version of the track it was. But let's go. And let me out-accelerate literally everybody, because I think this car has the most horsepower out of any car in this field. Because I know the Civic has around 200, and the Talon has like 215. I think it's the second highest. The Integra has 195. The Celica has like a 180, I think. Celica GTS, don't push me off the track, Eagle Talon. You fuck. Okay. That worked out slightly for me. Balls. Try not to over-rev the engine. So you know what? The rear bumper on this car that I put on it is actually growing on me. I'm hating it less now than I was whenever I first started this race series. But I still don't really like it that much. And the side skirts are atrocious. Although most, like, aftermarket side skirts are atrocious anyways. It's weird. I don't like aftermarket stuff, but like, say, you know, Mazda Speed or Mugen or whatever had this side skirt on a car, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of weird and cool. I just don't like the fact that it's like an aftermarket thing. Although those are aftermarket, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. Fucking. I'm confused. So yeah, apparently each race is gonna be around 6 minutes 45 to 7.5 minutes long, which isn't too terrible so far. Like I said, it's gonna get a lot worse in the future. Maybe I will stream it. I don't know. Although by the time you guys see this it will already be done. Whatever way of recording I decide on, it'll already be done probably by the time that this video goes up. I feel like I'm gonna be finished with this game like a month before the last episode goes up. Finished recording at least. Oh, that was like Midnight Club 2. My Midnight Club 2 Let's Play took me, let's see, 3 or 4 days of like consecutive recording days, like a Tuesday or a Thursday to a Sunday or something. Yeah, that's right. And it didn't even go up until after I finished. Yeah, it was after I finished recording it that it started going up. Although that's the way most of my Let's Plays have been so far, except for this one, because it's just so long. But Midnight Club Street Racing was that way. Portal 2 was that way. I finished Portal 2 in one single night, like recording wise. So obviously the episodes started going up after I finished it. Ghostbusters I finished before I started uploading. And PGR4 I didn't. PGR4 was the other one that I didn't finish recording before I started uploading. So this and PGR4 are the special ones. It's funny because I was never this far ahead on my old channel with recording. I never got this far ahead. For the most part, I was like recording, and then whatever I recorded would go up the next day on my old channel. That's the way it always worked, pretty much from 2012 to 2017. So it's a kind of a nice nice change of pace, like because I've been focusing on one game one game at a time, instead of trying to do 4 fucking games at the same time for Let's Plays. It's been working out a lot better, in my opinion, in my eyes at least. I'm enjoying the games more. I'm stressing over, oh, I should record this, but I also need to record this because it needs to go up on the same day as this or whatever. It's more of just, I'll record this, kind of at my own pace. Like I said, it took me 2 weeks between the last 2 episodes and the episode before that, recording wise. So I can just kind of go at my own pace. It doesn't really matter, if I don't need to come home and just record a video every night. Like, I can just spend one night, record fucking 4 videos or something, and then have 4 days worth of content, and then dick off for 2 or 3 days. So I definitely am feeling some benefits from it. And for now, it seems like that's the way it's going to go, at least in the near future as well. I don't plan to record anything while recording this or really anything else. But yeah. I'm still I'm still indecisive about what game I want to Let's Play next. I have an idea, which by the time you see this video, it probably won't make any sense because it's a current event. I just finished doing something in a certain game that will probably be a profile that I use to play through said game because, I went through and got all of the collectibles. So I'll probably end up using the profile that I just got all the collectibles on for the Let's Play, except for the very intro part. And I think that might be my next one because of the fact that I got all the collectibles. And goddamn, was that a time-consuming thing. Which if I do end up let's playing that next, you'll know which game it was and you know how long I spent on fucking finding collectibles. It was fun though. Fun. I mean, like the game is still a fantastic game, so it's not like it's a burden to fucking spend 10 hours trying to find all the Actually, I spent at least 4 or 5 hours just last night trying to find all those collectibles and finding the rest of the collectibles, and I had like 80% of the collectibles already. So I bet it took at least 15-20 hours just to find the collectibles in this game. And it's the first time I've ever done so because I actually got an achievement for every single collectible type. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm tempted to let's play it next because it's also an extremely fun game and people seem to enjoy videos of it on other people's channels. So why wouldn't I let's play it? And I can be the 100% completionist that I slightly am. It's weird, I'm kind of half and half whether I'm really a completionist or not. Like some games like Midnight Club 2 and Midnight Club 1 and fucking PGR 4 and stuff, I wasn't really a completionist on. But other games, like this game, I am. So there's another 33,000 credits. Almost to level 33. I'll be there next race. And we have our 30 points. Civic's still been like, I think, oh no. The Celica GTS and I think the Peugeot are kind of mishmashing for last place. They're fighting for last. So everything else seems to be kind of just, you know. No, it couldn't be. The Eagle Talon got in third that time. Huh. I don't know. Let's continue on the next race. Stop dicking around. Alright, here we are in our 4th race, I think this is. We're at Maple Valley short. Yeah. I can just look at the map. Durr. Always love me some Maple Valley. Oh, I got bumped. What the hell? Oh. Can I have both the more powerful and better handling car? Yes, I can. Eat my ass, Eagle Talon. Get off my couch. I didn't even hit my brakes around that. Ah. I am thoroughly enjoying driving this car, though. I wanted to use it at least once in this game, or in this Let's Play, because it's just kind of a weird car in general. And to show off the exhaust, of course. Yeah, I have enjoyed driving because I have been winning with it, so it's proved its usefulness to me. It's helped me make content and stuff, basically. Damn, 9 laps on this track. I just realized that. Holy balls. Oh, don't hit that. It's not good to hit that inside curve because then your car kind of gets offset to the right and you go off the road to the right. If you don't hit it, a lot of times in cars you can actually make that without slowing down at all. At least for the slower cars like D-Class cars. And probably also like race cars. If I had to guess, but I don't actually remember. I'm sure I'll know eventually. I'm sure I won't go the entire game without racing a race car on Maple Valley. Oh god. Fuck. Get back on the road. But also hope if I didn't go off the road there. It's not recommended. Okay, so maybe, I don't know. I have to hit that corner at a better angle. My line was way off there. So I obviously wasn't going to actually fucking make it like I wanted to. On the last... Aw, you damn it. Fucking red line, red limiter. Son of a bitch. This first turn is deadly with this car. It doesn't really like it. think it weighs too much. I think that this car and the Acura CL should come back in Forza 7. Just as kind of like a homage to the Hondas of Forza 1. Well, there's a lot of Hondas. Well, I don't know, actually. How many Hondas is Forza 7 missing? I can't remember if it has the DC2 Integra Type R. I guess it probably does. I know it at least has the Integra, or the Acura Integra Type R, 2001. I don't know if it has a Honda Integra, though. But, like, bring back this car, the fucking, this Acura CL. Hell, bring back the fucking Acura RL from Forza 2. Why not? It's an interesting car. I'm sure people would race it. I would. I think they should have like a Forza Classics pack that's like cheaper than the normal packs. Or maybe like after the deal, or after the car pass is done for Forza 7, bring out like a few car packs that are really cheap that have like Forza throwbacks or whatever. Like I said, fucking have a pack full of Hondas and Acuras, and you know, like I said, they include this Acura CL, the Acura RL, the Acura TSX from Forza 4, which was a thing that still exists in Forza 4. I'm sure there's other Hondas I'm forgetting as well that are not just rebadges like the Honda S2000 compared to the Honda S2000 CR. I wouldn't really care about having the regular S2000 back. And also, I think there's, pretty sure there's a first gen or pre-refresh NSXs in Forza 7. It's been so long since I've played the game because I can't play it on the computer anymore because it just tells me it can't sync my data. But then, you know, Fords with Ford Focus SVT and the fucking 05 Mustang GT and just, you know, cars that have been taken out of the games that aren't like I said, that aren't just fucking rebadges or whatever. A Toyota MRS, a Toyota... I guess the MR2s are in the game. Like 95 MR2s. I can't remember if the AW11 is in Forza 7. I don't think it is. We're at the AW11. And just any other car that you can think of that hasn't made its way back. I would buy it. I'm sure I'd probably be the only one, but I'd buy it. This car has some decently major oversteer. It's not really happy to go on that first turn. The sweeper is not good for recording. Oh god, that is not good. Made it. Doesn't matter. I'm sure it was something that handled better that didn't go as fast. You could make it through there, but this is not one of those cars. This is a pretty fucking large car with a pretty hefty weight. It's also not made to, like, do what it's doing right now. It's made to be a daily driver. For somebody to go from, you know, their home outside of a city to inside the city. I just realized we're on the last lap. This is race 4, so I think 3 more races left, if I'm right. I think it's 7. So it's going to be slightly over 7 minutes long, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. It's going to be right at 7 minutes, roughly. As long as I can get an okay ending this lap, which is kind of hard not to do. Even though I kind of did it. 69. Oh, I almost did it under 7. Not quite. Oh well. But there we go. Our best lap was a 45.155, which is pretty decent. Got our credits. Reached level 33. We've established a relationship with Borla. All in taking exhaust upgrades for all cars are 25% off in the upgrade shop. So we have our 40 points. The Civic Type R is still in second. Still holding out. He's gotten second every single time. And then somehow the other Accord is in last now. I'm not sure how that happened. But, the Altezza got in last? How? Why? Anyways, let's continue on to the next race. Alright, on to our 5th race at Tsukuba. Oh, it's 8 laps. That's weird. I think... No, I guess laps are longer in this track than Maple Valley. Oh, Civic, don't push me off, please. No pushy. No pushy. Come here, Talon. Eagle Talon fucker. I'll be able to catch him on the straight at least, if anything. Come on. Stop spinning your front wheels, damn it. I know you're front wheel drive with an open diff and all, but fucking stop. Front wheel drive with an open diff and a V6. That's a recipe for disaster right there. Oh, oh, hello Eagle Talon. Alright. Oh, okay. I was gonna pass you, but I guess not. I'll pass him here. Maybe. Yeah, I got him. He actually stayed on my way. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And time to get out ahead. Pretty much. So that seems what's been doing, or what I've been doing this entire fucking series so far, is just fight a little bit to get in first and then fucking be in first. That's pretty much it. That's the cycle of these races. Although, these fucks are very close behind me. It may actually be a somewhat close race this time around. Possibly. Eh, maybe not. Because I know I'll gain distance on them in a straight. Except for maybe the other Accord. Although the other Accord came in like almost last place last time if I remember right. So I don't know. I just remember we're going to be ending this episode off with Alpine Ring, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. Make the turn, okay. Barely made the turn. 3 seconds ahead of my best, 2 seconds ahead of the car behind. Not too shabby. Stop that. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Doing the wheel spin. So I never really want to shift down to second in this car in the turns. Because the tire just instantly spins and suddenly you're at 7,500 RPMs. And the engine's like, no, don't do that. I hurt. See if we can do it this time. Oh, there we go. Kept it full throttle, but didn't hit the rev limiter. That's how you do it. Yeah, this race is actually pretty long. Fucking over a minute long laps. With 8 laps. This will probably be the longest race. Well, I don't know if it'll be the longest race of the series. It might be. At least the races are becoming longer. They're not just continuously, oh, do 2 laps on fucking Mount Panorama, and that's about it. Do 3 laps on Tsukuba. How original. Like I said, that's how racing games are easy to like make long. Just because, hey, you know that race that you did? Here, do it again, but this time twice as long. Oh, you do want to do that same race again? Okay, we'll make it, 3 times longer than the original one. Which isn't really a bad thing. It's just, it does get a little redundant after time. That's the main problem I have with these kinds of games. Like, I can play them and I can play them a lot, but I have to entertain myself somehow, like, because they're just so goddamn boring. Although I haven't seen this track in a while, so it's nice to see this, and also Maple Valley Short and Rolanta Short. I haven't seen those in a while. There's a little bit of difference, I guess, in this series. I'm sure the next series is probably gonna have this very similar tracks as well. And that's kind of why I ended up like disliking Mugello and Laguna Seca in Forza 2 whenever I was Let's playing, because just every single event had those two tracks in it. And I just could not take them anymore. Like, I was so tired of fucking seeing Laguna Seca and Mugello. It was pretty awful. Which is another reason that's, like, a fairly good idea to, like, try and live stream these games if you want to play through them. If you have at least one person to talk to in the chat, it's pretty fantastic. It's a lot better than trying to just continuously talk about things for fucking... How long are we recording for? 45 minutes now, I think, on this episode. It's not that easy to just come up with shit to say constantly. Which is why I have a love-hate relationship with endurance races. I love them because I love doing them, because endurance racing is fun. Just racing around a track for, you know, an hour plus. But then again, it does get pretty boring. No, boy, I can't wait to do, like, what was it, like 16 laps on this track whenever I get to the endurance races for D-Class. Which I have a fairly interesting car picked out for that that endurance. The car that I was going to use towards the beginning of the game, but ended up not because I wanted to use it for the endurance. But we'll get there when we get there. Almost done. On the second last lap. My best is a 104. I almost said 106. That was just my last lap. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to record like more than one episode of this per night because I have nothing to talk about. Fucking after like the first 10 minutes. So, recording another episode after this would be like, hi, I have nothing to say, just watch the gameplay, and then just not talk the entire time pretty much. Like, it's funny because most of the stories I have of my life are in videos somewhere on YouTube, whether it be a video of this game or a video of Forza 4 on my old channel or Gran Turismo 5 on my old channel or Forza 2 or whatever. There's a lot of stories I've told over the fucking years that I've been playing games on YouTube. So, if you wanted to just, you know, find a random story, just go looking around in those videos. You're sure to find one somewhere. And like I said, especially on like the Forza 2 with the longer race series towards the end of the game, like fucking I had nothing to talk about. Which is why I actually live streamed a lot of the end of Forza 2 as well. Believe it or not. I like how I've not progressed any further ahead of the AI in the past 4 laps or so. They've been consistently like 6 seconds behind me. And my best lap has also been consecutively like 5.5 seconds, or no. Well, I don't know. But the best time has been consistently ahead of me as well. I don't know how the fuck I managed to do that, but whatever. But it doesn't matter, because I'm about to win after I get around this final corner. I'm like leaning in real life. I'm not sure if that's because I'm tired and like my eyes are drifting off to sleep. I don't think that's correct terminology there, but I'm definitely pretty tired right now. And I'm kind of just like leaning my head to the side. Ooh, the Civic didn't come in second. The Talon did, huh? Good job, Talon. And they are mixing it all sorts of fucking up. The great thing is I could win, I could lose. No, I couldn't lose the last 2 races. I can get in like 4th place in the next 2 races and still win, but if I get in second on the next race, it'll most likely be to where I can get in last place and win overall from the last race. But then again, like I said, I'd probably lose my gold medal as well for that event. Alright, we are on to our, I guess this is the last race, because I I think Alpine Ring was the last race. Was it? I don't remember. But we were here on Alpine Ring. I may have one race after this. I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like this race is going to be easy because there's a lot of straightaways. And like I said, this car basically is God compared to the rest of the cars in straightaways. Except for like maybe the other Accord, but that's pretty obvious because it's the exact same car. Talon's going wide. Oh, I'm going to take advantage of that. Brother, thank you for letting me pass. Actually, you probably didn't let me pass. You probably couldn't accelerate fast enough to stop me from passing you, so thank you anyways. I appreciate it. So wish this track was back in Forza 7 as well. I miss it. It needs to come back. It's such a fun track as well. It has some... Well, it doesn't really have any super tight sections besides like these kind of hairpins. They're not really hairpins. But it's a good, like... I guess you could kind of call it a beginner's track. Because you can go fast through a lot of it, like this part. And there's a few sharper bits, but like... For the most part, it's pretty just simply laid out. And it doesn't take that much skill to really get good at it. So it could be like a beginner's track for Forza 7 or something. Fuck it, we're going to say Forza 8, because I don't think Forza 7 is going to have anything like this. Ever. I'm assuming there will be a Forza 8. I guess there will be. I'm not entirely sure. But we have 5 laps on this track. A minute and a half. So 7.5 minutes roughly for total time, as long as I don't go too slow like I just did. I slowed down way too much on that turn. I remember seeing New York in this somewhere. I can't remember. I'm so bad at remembering things. I wish I had like the list of tracks up, because whenever it loads the next track, luckily it actually just loads the next track. It doesn't like take you back to the main menu and has you fucking say, oh, okay, let's play then the second race. It's like it just instantly loads the next track after you finish this, like this track or whatever. So I haven't gotten like to check out the track list since the beginning of the episode, and I can't remember what it is. Oops. Maybe I should like take a screenshot of that or something in the future. Have it up on my computer. Just for shits and giggles. So I feel like I'm going to be really rich after the next 2 or 3 episodes as well. I'm so curious if I get a bonus for finishing in first for the championship. I'm assuming I do. I don't think I've ever done a oh. I take that back. I have done a championship. I think I've done this championship race or this championship series in this game before, but I can't remember like any of the details of what I win from it or whatever. So it'll be kind of a surprise to me as well as to you, maybe, if you're watching this and you don't know what's going on. I'm hoping there is a bonus of some sort. I feel like there should be, but who really knows at this point? I really feel like there was 7 races, but there might only be 6. I may be completely wrong. I also want to see how long I've been recording for after I finish this race. I'm assuming it's close to 50 minutes, if not more. Because that'll kind of give me an idea of how long the next few are going to take. Even though, of course, they'll be different from this one, but still roughly the same, like, same-ish time. Because they're going to go, I guess they're going to go up kind of uniformly, I guess. Like, it'll be this, like, add, you know, 15 minutes per series or whatever. Whenever you go up the series, I guess. Something like that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm confused. I need to finish this so I can fucking sleep, because my brain hurts. Recording this has made my brain hurt. I feel like I'm gonna have to take breaks in the middle of these too, whenever I'm recording these later championship things where they're fucking extra long. I definitely could. And I think I will, but I'm not... Like I said, I'm not there yet, so who really fucking knows at this point? Because this is kind of, this has been already kind of long, and like I said, my brain's trying to doze off to sleep. My eyes are sleepy, if that makes any sense. I'm definitely ready for this one to be over, at least. Maybe I'll try and record the other ones, like, earlier in the day. Or I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, after, oh god, once a day after work works pretty well. Just because, like, I can keep it kind of uniformly done. But, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking. For the moment. Let my brain kind of recuperate a little bit. It's not doing very well, though. As you can tell by my performance in the game. 19 seconds ahead of the car behind me. Isn't too bad. A lot more than the last race. A lot more than Tsukuba. I'm also kind of curious of how many miles I've driven this car by now. Because I've definitely driven it the most out of anything I've driven so far. I guess. I don't actually know. I'd have to look at the, I guess I'd have to look at the stats of, like, the Corvette Lingenfelter. Which is probably the second, or the next longest I've driven. There's no way in hell, because I've done way more races that have taken way longer. And they've had way more laps than the Lingenfelter races did. So I don't know. We'll check that out after I fucking win. Alright, we're hitting the 7 minute mark, not 7 minute mark, not the 7-second mark, as I was going to say. My brain is turning off. This needs to be finished, like, soon. And like I said, I'm hoping that this is the last race, but I don't remember if this was, or if Alpine, or, I vaguely remember seeing New York. Or have I already done New York? I've already done New York. New York was the first fucking race. What is my brain doing right now? It does not know what the fuck is going on. I think this is the last race. I think it's 6 races. Alright, across the line. Let's have a look-see and see, we got our 33,250. Not quite leveled up yet. There we go. Yep, that was last race. Okay. So I ended up with 60 points. Civic Type R. Again, with, a lower position. Huh. Strange. Alright, we'll go ahead and quit and see what I got. Hopefully I got some good shit. I know I got a car at least. Which I'm excited to see. It's a Shelby GT 500KR, which I find it funny that this car is B3 class in this game. And in Forza 2, it's like the top of D class. It's so fucking backwards. It's not a bad car though. Which, fun fact, we actually have one of these in my work, except for it's not a KR, it's just a GT500, but it's a real... Well, we have 2 cars. We have a real 68 GT500 and a real 68 GT350 that doesn't have the original motor. It has a supercharged motor. Aw, you don't get a bonus? Motherfucker. Oh well. Anyways, that will conclude this episode of Forza Motorsport. And I actually have another car for this. So, actually, I was going to check out my... We'll check out my profile. I've driven almost 1,000 miles. I've driven for 11 hours. We're getting close to 50% through the game, which is pretty fantastic. And I want to see how many miles I've driven this Accord real quick. Just because, like I said, I think it's more than anything else I've driven so far. For our history, 62 miles. And we'll give... let's look at Lingenfelter. 45 miles. Although that's probably including the restarts I had to do with it. Speaking of restarts, fucking how many miles does this car on it? 52. So, I think it is the highest at 62. Check this one. 48, yeah. Yeah, I do believe the Accord is the highest mileage car in my garage at the moment. So that's interesting. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Forza. I'll go ahead and go to this screen so you can see that on the way out. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out of here. See ya.